Crows, crows, crows. Davy Wren. Hey, my name is Joe, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is another one of the games that I missed coming out because I was so preoccupied playing Elden Ring. I played the Stanley Parable before, but I've forgotten everything. And so if the game thinks that I played it before, it might just take some stuff for granted. So let's just say no, and let's dive in. The interesting thing is I can see the computer here, and on the pre-show screen, I can't see it at all. So let's go just one lighter, as always, just for YouTube's algorithm and stuff. So they have like a weird thing when they process the video that it gets darker. Okay, can I please start the game now? Please enter the current time. Okay, it's 10:40 in the morning. Yeah. Can we please freaking start the game? Welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is the Ultra Deluxe version, which is supposed to change a lot about the game, but I don't remember anything about the game. So, this is a game that is has a smug narrator that is talking shit at you all the time, and it's totally subverting your expectations. That's basically all that I remember about this game. I played this way before I started my channel. And yeah, I wanted to play it the day it came out, but I was freaking preoccupied with Elden Ring for 3.5 months. So, let's play it now. The end is never the end, the end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
And we're playing now. Ooh, sensitivity, man. Yeah, I'm playing with the controller just because I'm so used. I played something with mouse and keyboard a short while back, but I'm basically, for a few years, I've only been playing with controller. So, yeah. I wanna... what's crouch? Aha. That's also crouch. Other buttons don't do anything. Aha. Good to know. He stepped out of his office, but what if he didn't? Subvert the expectations. Okay, it's quite a bit boring. So the problem is this game will be a game that talks a lot, and I will not be able to talk a lot myself, because the game I will otherwise just drown out the narrator, and the narrator is the point of the story and everything. It's the heart of the game. Okay. So my first thing is, he just showed up at work on a day where everybody had off, and he had just not seen that it's a freaking holiday. Okay. And then let's go out of my office. 427. We need to remember that number. Hello? Anybody
All
there?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, it is the right interacting button. Good. A is to interact on the controller.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
A short history of the relations between Poland and Austria-Hungary. Interesting. Recommendations from the Oversight Committee. I can't read half the shit. Okay, whatever. Let's do what the narrator tells us to do. Can't skip this. Okay. 4B6. Why 4B6? Okay. You can already see some stuff going on behind the curtains here. I hate Monday. Okay. Nothing. We'll look at some of these. Well, oh,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
the door on his left, yes.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That backside corridor with the weird numbers is so interesting. Employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah. It's broken.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah. And then? More
At this
paintings.
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
He's already getting smug at me and talking shit at me. That's good. Coffee nut.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Really? To continue? But why would we? Question. I don't want to miss the last dialogue. That's not the right time. You asked me for the time, game. Why did you ask me for the time if the time is different here? Okay, let's continue.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, we get to the gamey part of the game. We don't have the key card. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse, penalty for jumping.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Narrator is always bad. Okay, only one way to go. Like we saw, like I saw, this is the only point in time where I'll ever be able to get here. Let's do it now. Danger, danger everywhere. How specific? 2B1. Boarded chat. Do not stand on this side of fence. Oh yes. No buckets. No buckets. I want a bucket. Where can I get a bucket?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Office Space C, alternate iteration. I want to go back to the amazing room. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What's best? 5 stars? Or German school grades starting with 1? That's the same as an American A. Like German school system has 1 to 6, which corresponds to A to F, exactly the American system. But other countries have the opposite side system where more points is better than less points. So I'm taking the mediocre option.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Nia, Skid, Nicho Nacho, Volo, Hogarth. Awards won. Did you know that 21.3% of players skip the intro cutscene? I'm the worst one. How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Compete against others to improve your Stanley Parable career. Okay. Why not ask some friends for help? Friend list is empty. I want to see that one. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. More percent of players are more attractive than Stanley. Yeah, how nice of you. We wanted the amazing room again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Okay, we need to check whether 1 is better than 3 or worse.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my god, is that annoying. Burn, baby, burn!
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Volunteers to look out Wyoming.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Firewatch.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
But we want to look around here first. The Singular Mine, the Patriots, the Birds of Wyoming. Something. Death strikes at 2. Is that 10:42? That is actually close to the time that I put in. Space Puffs. National Forest of Wyoming. Lookout Cookbook. I wonder what would have happened had I just taken the thing. Also, there's a thingy here. Okay. Let's go out. Wow, there's nothing to look at. Oh my god, are the textures bad. Went around the wrong way. Can I please run? We can get, like, we only have the option to be slower, but no option to be faster. Can we actually go into an open world here?
No, it can't be.
What can't be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Ooh. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Rocket League?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Yeah, but what's my target?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
That's
There are
Rocket
lots
League.
of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay. Okay, score a goal over there. Oh, yeah. Also, we're getting faster
Are you
now.
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
This is actually
Is it
fun.
better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley,
Actually,
I have a
Rocket
thought.
League?
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. Hold on. What are you doing?
Ooh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Can't see shit. And jump further down. I think I immediately did what you must do to break the cycle here, which is not doing what he told you. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is open world. This is bad. I don't know where to go. I want a world with walls, with guidance. I think this is not real, basically. The choices here. There are no choices. There isn't just a single way. Oh, this is actually freaking dark. Can you even see anything on your screen? I already made it brighter than before. Okay, let's just follow the light. Aha! 427, yes! Let's get back to my computer. That's not my room. Okay. Now we check the box that we were in there.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Did we win? The end is never the end is loading. No?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Wait a second. More computers to turn off?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let's turn off all the computers then. If that's what this game is about. Oh, that is definitely for something. That does something if I find all these. The problem is, in the first iterations I didn't look for the computers. Were they on? Were they off?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Mm-hmm.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's do it.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Can't jump off the elevator here.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Which way?
From here, it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down,
it's so
right,
masterfully
left,
written.
Down, left, right.
Right.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Can't go behind the truck. Okay. First into the maintenance section. Ooh!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Last time I could. Why can't I turn you off? Weird. Probably I've turned it off already. That one works. He doesn't wait input anymore. Let's go back to the one that I can't interact with. What the frick is wrong with you? Okay, that's just broken, I assume. What else? Can we try going through the other doors? Like here? Or here? Doesn't even have windows, this one. No, okay. Whatever. Let's take the left door this time. Let's follow his story. Oh,
when
God.
Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, let's go through the door that would have been the normal left door to go through. The problem is this is obviously just a fake labyrinth with like portals. Like this is... okay. I assume it's not a real labyrinth. Inner guild. Everyone knows what you
I'll
did.
say it.
They're
This
just
is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
putting-
I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
they're just
Do we
doing that
just-
to let you torture
Do we need to
yourself.
restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
And we're starting over. And this is a good time to end this first episode. So, I hope the game saves this. Resume the game, begin the game again, quit to menu. So if I quit to menu and begin the game again, we should be...
This is the story of a
Oh,
man
God.
named Stanley. Stanley worked...
Does it remember stuff?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
I mean,
mean?
we didn't start at
Stanley
PC.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now we will be able to see that if... Oh, second input. Okay, it remembered stuff. Okay, let's go on for a while. Okay, we have 2 doors again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, meeting room for the first time. Tips for not getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Meeting room. Floor 4XX. Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Okay. Targets. Push for funding for R&D of a new coffee machine. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Okay. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are to synergize. Fire paper guy. Hired somebody to fire the paper synergist guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep targets on the topic off. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. What was Jim doing here? Rates of increase in graphs per slide. Please no more charts. Begging. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, this is just madness. The broom closet. Get him out of the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, that's the moment I lay my controller away and wait for him to be smug about this.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yeah. And?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Okay, let's move on. Up or down?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is upstairs. Ooh. Paper. Can't read it. Aha, the car park.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And
He's
as Stanley
sleeping.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
That's ending number 3.
I am okay.
I think. Because now we don't awake in the beginning, okay?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, that is ending number 3. We managed to die for the first time. Very good. And we're gonna continue exploring here. In the next episode, we will continue by for once taking the exact path that the narrator is telling us, because I assume that that is not like that will just loop, because he wants me to break out of the cycle at some points. He will probably be very smug about me being stupid and following directions. So, or we will at some point, like he will tell me, go through the left door and the left door is closed, or something like that. So I assume we cannot follow his directions completely, but we'll see. I don't remember anything. I don't know, like, I sure as hell don't remember Rocket League being in this. So I assume that's actually new content. But I don't know. I don't know. It's been way too long and I don't remember everything. Anything. At all. I mean, remember this office, and that there were computers that you could click on and to have that input progress. And I don't remember anything at all. Okay. Gonna see you tomorrow with more of Stanley.